That's all you got?
Yeah, that's enough.
It's
got
really
something better?
sad. You're a sad person today. What's going on?
No, I'm just multitasking, which makes me feel sad. Live from a gum-encrusted desk in 3rd grade. It's a triggered Thursday here at Free Flow HQ. Joined as always by Matt, fake bookshelf Mascardi, and, well, Emma is sadly in full lurk mode. Emma
lurks hard. Yeah, Emma's in permalurk.
She's in permalurk.
That's
in
not a
lavender,
happy way to start. Let's pick it up. Come on, let's pick it up.
Today's lavender-stained bag of repression-colored nuggets called September 1st, 2022. The Business Pants crew gets triggered. Come on, let's get to it.
Yeah, trigger me, baby.
Oh, here's all the stupid headlines that triggered me list. I don't know.
There's a lot, actually, for you.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Here's the problem. Matt tells me to do 5, and I end up with 490. Let's get going.
Every single day. Go ahead. Go.
First and foremost, Matt, some breaking news here. This is actual real news from the business world. This is kind of exciting and yet deadly. But we don't get news like this very often, so I'm kind of titillated.
That combo is not great.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of death and suicide and windows in this world, but here we go. The chairman of Russian, and I can say chairman. I usually say chair, but this is Russia, so it's men.
Yeah, it is all men. Yeah, man.
The chairman of Russian oil, gas, and giant Lukoil is died. I guess he fell out of a hospital window. Yeah. Reveal Maganov. Now, here's where it gets a little wonky. The state media is later reporting that he jumped out of a hospital window. He committed suicide, in other words. Died by suicide, sorry.
Okay.
But the company is saying that he died after severe illness. But here's the thing that might be a little extra interesting is that he actually spoke out against Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So this adds a little spice. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on. But we don't have a lot of chairs of boards jumping out of hospital windows. So
That's true. That doesn't happen that much, but there is nothing suspicious about this.
No.
This
is real life or real death. I don't know how would an ESG ratings provider, how would they score something like this? How does this?
Well, it would depend. Was the chair's replacement a black woman? In which case, props for diversity in Russia. If not, then isn't this just status quo? It feels like a double B to me. Maybe
let's move on.
Maybe a 37 out of 100.
Here are the headlines that triggered me list. Let's start with our stakeholders rule category. First one up is a good one. California may require fast food chains to pay their workers more. McDonald's says it hurts everyone. The foundation of this bill, that Governor Newsom in California, who I guess is the woke part of the anti-woke.
No, he's the anti-woke.
Okay, right, that's true. Okay, you're right. That's true.
Come on.
He is trying to create a fast food council. Well, I should say that the California House and Senate have already passed this legislation. They're trying to create a fast food council. One of the hallmarks, the foundations of this council is to raise the minimum wage to fast food workers in California to $22 an hour, which is probably still pretty low for California. But
they still can't get an avocado toast with that.
The president of McDonald's says that hurts everyone, despite saying that he supports.
It doesn't hurt some
legislation
people
to raise minimum wage.
Wait a minute.
It
doesn't hurt some of the people. Some of the people just got $22 an hour. They're not hurt by this.
Which is not insignificant. Not insignificant.
I do have a question. California's super busy being anti-woke. I also just saw that they just passed massive climate legislation today. $54 billion of spending on climate change stuff.
Yeah, and let's not forget. Yeah.
Are we at the tip of the anti-woke spear?
Don't say tip, or don't say like inflection or any of those things. Any of those things that people say.
You said the secret word of the day: inflection.
Also, within the last week, they're also in the news for they say they're going to ban gas-powered vehicles by 2035.
That's true.
I
saw that. I love that though. That's a big win.
Keep tuned. So if you want to know what's happening in the anti-woke movement, you go to Ron DeSantis. If you want to know what's going on in the anti-woke movement, you go to Governor Newsom over there in California. This is shaping up to be the 2024 election, but this is also kind of cradles all the ESG headlines that we cover here. So we're gonna.
If this is the 2024 election, just wake me up in 2025. It's the most boring thing ever.
Also, next headline, corporate America is waking up to frontline workers' importance, according to the Ford Foundation. That sounds like nonsense to me.
Oh, first of all, should we call them woke if they just woke up to something?
I think that's what they're referring to here. Yeah, that's what they're...
And second of all, weren't frontline workers 2 years ago? That's when the pandemic was. We just figured out that they're important. The pandemic's basically over. It's an endemic now, and you just get a shot and you're fine. What
the companion? Yeah, the companion headline to this story is Americans haven't been this pro-union since 1965. So there's a bit of a buzz going on that the corporate world is starting to pay attention to workers, which I don't get because there's a slew of headlines about all the nasty and devious ways that companies like Starbucks and Chipotle fight back against unionized stores. So
but I do think the union...
What's real here?
Like the Great Resignation, the Great Burnout, the Great Surrender, Quiet Quitting. That's all like... Isn't that all...
my whole life.
Have you ever quiet worked?
No, I think it's part of... Yeah, it's the same...
It's the same thing, right? Quiet quitting is
quiet working.
Is quiet working. That's right. Yeah. We could just rebrand that.
Sure.
But that's all part of this labor movement. It all feels like a disempowered labor class that has decided not to work 30 hours a day and make $4 an hour. That's basically what it is, right?
Yeah, and you know where they're reaching people? You know where they where the
sound effect agrees.
You know where this is really working, where they're targeting people? What platform? Yes, TikTok. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Moving on.
Maybe it is, and maybe no one cares.
Here's some woke fun. This is, which I should call this pre-anti-woke, right? This is the pre-anti-woke stories of the week.
It's like postmodern furniture. This is
yeah, because this is sure to trigger people everywhere. First of all, Barbie and Ken, as you've never seen them before, Mattel adds hearing aids, colorful prosthetic limbs, and skin conditions to better reflect body diversity.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's fine with me. But,
but
they're not contagious. They're not contagious conditions, are they?
No, I don't think they actually give them conditions. I think they're plastic dolls still. I know that someone...
This will go wrong,
This is going to be on Tucker Carlson in an hour, right?
But then I think eventually it'll be on Rachel Maddow because I just feel like something's going to go wrong from every direction of this. I just think Mattel's going to fail everywhere on this one.
Well, Mattel is they're private, right? Aren't they private?
Keep talking and I'll give you the answer.
I'm pretty sure they're private, but
no, they're publicly traded.
Oh, are they? Which means
if you want to buy stock in them today, it's the stock ticker is MAT.
How soon until Mattel ends up on an anti-woke boycott list and can't be added to an anti-woke fund?
Pre-anti-woke.
It's great. I love it. I love we can predict all these things.
And the next one is, this one just triggered me. This is like a shout out to, what's the opposite of a shout out?
A quiet, something like that. Yeah.
This is out of Bloomberg. And again, like I don't go looking for this stuff. All these headlines, again, I'm reporting on are all real. But I don't go looking for this nonsense. I just we have a news feed service that gives us thousands of stories a day, and we tag these stories. And here's what Bloomberg's writing about: women ditch old office wear rules for color and style. I mean, yeah, doesn't this set? I don't know. I mean,
wait
I'm not
a minute.
A woman.
Did
clearly,
you read the article?
Set women back. Yeah.
Did you read the article? The article was basically written by Rent the Runway, which is the publicly traded company that sends women high-end clothes as a rental service. So it tastes a little biasy to me. It seems highly suspicious.
Bloomberg did stuff like that. Is that like paid? What is that? Paid?
I don't think it was sponsored content. I just think it's like they got in an interview with the Rent the Runway CEO who said some stuff that sounded like data-ish. Like, well, look, did you know that women are doing this more? And it's like, Rent the Runway. Come on, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll end up supporting it because we don't have a lot of female CEOs. Jennifer Hyman over there at Rent the Runway. So
I'm not supporting it. It's clickbait and terrible. Move on. Yeah, it did trigger.
We got two good product fails I was triggered by. Again, all these headlines in the last 24 hours. I wasn't exactly digging backwards for a lot of this. This is just all the stuff that all of you ESG analysts should be paying attention to because it'll get you a raise.
Oh.
Is that true?
Did you hear that, analyst? Write this down. Here comes your promotion from two people
Tesla
who quit.
owner is suing the electric vehicle maker, alleging his Model 3 stops for random obstacles in frightening and dangerous nightmare. Look. I don't want to support Tesla here, but shouldn't it stop for random obstacles? I don't understand what that means.
If we're playing a game of to run a thing over or to not run a thing over, I think the safer thing to do is to not run a thing over because they're simultaneously being investigated for running over people. I feel better.
Children.
Children. Better maybe to do this than run over people. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm torn. I'm puzzled by this random obstacles. I tend to 100% avoid all random obstacles while driving.
I'm not a big fan of random obstacles. No.
Even a plastic bag kind of spooks me. Kind of scares me.
I mean, that might be a little bit aggressive.
And then Dell confirms some XPS 13 Plus laptop screens may detach inadvertently.
Now, can I just say, I know exactly why you picked this headline. The idea of you make a laptop and the screen detaches inadvertently, especially because of the idea that it might detach advertently, right? Like, the contrast of those
I don't want
things.
it to detach at all. End of story.
Right?
End of thought.
Just don't detach. Yeah, that's the good. Yeah, I love that you picked this headline. There's no analyst that's got a promotion from that headline though.
And I'm always thinking like of my social awkwardness. Like I'm in a coffee shop, I'm trying to get the attention of some cute, patron, and then get my laptop out to write a great screenplay, and then it just the screen detaches. What kind of an idiot am I?
What kind of fiction is this?
I don't go to coffee shops anymore.
You don't go to coffee shops. You would never get the attention of a cute patron, and you don't even have a Dell computer.
I barely can speak in complete sentences.
So
moving on.
Yeah, great.
The next category is called Who's the Boss, and we're gonna have a Who's the Boss index eventually when we release our new website. And
I'm very excited for that. It's a good idea.
When is that happening?
We're working on it.
Oh, great. That's sounds like we're not working on it. Who's the Boss index? The premise is that the CEOs at these companies are not actually the most powerful. They're not actually the most influential figures. Amazon is a great example of that. Here's the headline. Jeff Bezos said his son told him, please don't F this up after Amazon took on the Lord of the Rings prequel. And I just tagged this one. It triggered me because it just proves that Andy Jassy is not important at Amazon. Come on, right? I mean, we know this, right? It's still Bezos's. It's still his little red wagon. Come on, right? Well, he didn't step down from anything.
How old is his son?
Does that matter? Old enough to care about streaming videos?
No, but
who cares anyway if he F's it up?
His son looks like he's 16 and he's going to his dad. Dad, don't fuck up Rings of Power.
Is that really
aggressive?
Important? There are 400 Spider-Man and Batman movies. I'm sure 350 of them sucked. But there are still people who like Batman. What are we talking about here?
Why are we weighing in on this
Why do we take streaming anything so seriously? Why do we take any of this so seriously?
Why do we take anything seriously? I don't know. Okay, continue.
For a little context, Jeff Bezos is still the chair, right?
Yeah,
Executive
he's the chair
and the biggest shareholder.
He's one of the most influential board directors
in the world.
In the world. Global ranking. He's one of the he's like in the top 5. And that means also that on the chair, he's the chair of Amazon, where the CEO is not him, and he far outweighs. Do you think anyone in that room listens to anything Andy Jassy has to say? Or is it like, this is the Bezos show, isn't it?
Do you think Andy Jassy freaks out when he sees like an extra glare of the sun like in the hallway because Bezos is coming and bouncing off his bald head?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
All right, moving on. I just got triggered by this one because whenever I read these articles, there's never any actual data. There's never like a year-over-year comparison or maybe like a decade ago. They just keep hammering on this one, Business Insider. These U.S. airlines have lost or mishandled the most luggage so far this year. But I mean, hey, who cares? But I mean, you just get some new stuff, or really just don't get any stuff. Nobody cares about your luggage. Second of all,
not a thing.
They always lose in the mishandled luggage. Third of all, Business Insider, show me some data. I don't know. I want to know.
You're talking it's a Business Insider article.
Yeah, I just got triggered by it.
Right. Well, that's what they do. You clicked on it. That's the whole thing. That's the whole point. Move on.
We got 2 anti-woke stories. The first is this just the headline tweaked me. It triggered me. So congratulations, Bloomberg. You got me twice in one day. The anti-ESG crusader who wants to pick a fight with BlackRock. Yeah.
You're talking about Vivek, right?
I know I'm a snowflake, but when you evoke crusader, I don't feel good. I just don't feel good. It's just stupid. It's just stupid headline writing.
You are talking about Vivek, though, right?
I am.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Can I say shout out to Vivek for your as someone who's lived in New York City, as you have too, Matt. We both.
I did. Yeah.
Immediately recognize this picture is being taken in. There's like a glam shot of Vivek that Bloomberg uses. It's clearly like in the 23rd Street like subway station, like on the E train or something.
There's definitely a drunk guy.
I love the fact that you're probably you're a many times over millionaire, and your glam shot is from the subway. It's very you're very clever. You're very smart.
You're just like Vivek. A normal one of us in the subway.
You're a normal person. You got like a kind of a puffy jacket on. You're just like a normal dude.
Peter Thiel-backed startup guy worth $230 million hanging in the subway with a photographer named Vivek.
And can I also add that you got this anti-woke crusade going, and I clicked on the professional photographer you use, Vivek, for your glamour shot, and she's like really into like social causes, and there's a expose there's drag queen. All I'm trying to say, Vivek, is maybe you should find the angry insurrectionist photographer to take your photo.
Look, Vivek's whole point is Vivek is apolitical. Like he wants politics
got it.
out.
Right, because there's nothing more apolitical than an anti-ESG crusader.
That's right. That's his point. And just for those who are listening, Vivek has started Strive Asset Management. He's the one who's got the drill, DRLL. That's the ticker.
Yeah,
they've raised a lot of money.
Get it? And wink, wink.
Yeah,
Sarah
got it.
Palin.
No, and includes holdings like First
Not
Solar.
Not political at all. How is that political?
To
evoke the great Sarah Palin. What's political about that?
There's nothing political about
Zero.
nothing. And not to mention that DRLL being the ticker and holding First Solar in there is a little confusing because you don't drill for sun energy the last time.
Vivek, come on the show and talk to us.
Vivek, we are extending an invite to you. But let me say this. Vivek.
Yes.
You know that you've recreated the iShares U.S. Energy ETF, the BlackRock ETF. And if you're worried about all the BlackRock-y stuff forcing diversity down corporate America's throat, it's run by 3 white guys. It's fine. It's fine. You're fine. You don't have to recreate the wheel. It's a great talking point, though.
I don't want to get too boring here either, Vivek. I'll try to be very, very quick with this.
Too late.
ESG is actually just a very random assortment of data points. That's really
that is correct. That is
the next anti-woke headline. This is just depressing, Matt. And you started my day off with this one. This is out of The Economist.
Yeah.
The Economist may be too highbrow for me.
They're still live. They're still clapping at Vivek. Do you hear that?
I'll let them
let them finish. Okay.
I should pause. Yeah. Here's the headline: Workplace diversity programs often fail or backfire. This is out of The Economist. And they actually have data, unlike Business Insider.
Yeah, but they selectively chose to use the data.
Okay, tell me.
So when you look at the data they relied on, the charts that they rely on, they say like the diversity programs often fail. Okay. But then what they did was they compared the share of management at a set of companies over the last 20 years. They for certain like procedures or interventions, like as in there's not enough diversity in management, so we add a diversity training program, right? Like that kind of thing. And what they say is that as the title, workplace diversity programs often fail or backfire. And then what they show is that cultural inclusion training for managers increase the share of Asian, Black, and Latino men in management. They show that legalistic diversity training increases the share of like basically what they show is some of these programs do work. But what they said is the headline is they often fail or backfire. I'm not sure that that's my takeaway here. My takeaway would be like if you do a real good program, it turns out it works and diversity is increased. That's my takeaway. That's a boring
headline.
Yeah, that does not make for clickbait.
Well, here's where you failed, Matt. Is that often
everywhere
could just mean 50.1% of the time, right? So which means that there's a good handful that succeed. And second of all, I'm speaking to The Economist now. What's the difference between failing and backfiring?
Oh, no, failing would be it didn't add management. Backfiring would be they added more white people as a result.
Okay, I don't
think that's not
clear.
It's ridiculous.
Like you had this great point, Economist. You're going somewhere, then you had to ruin it by like saying fail or backfire. You're getting muddled already.
Economist has really leaned into the anti-woke thing. It's good for them.
More people we should talk to. I know the entire team at The Economist is listening right now, so reach out to us. And finally,
do that.
In the blowhard index, this is just all my favorite headlines that just say stupid things. I'm actually going to be pro Zuck here today, Matt. Pro Mark Zuckerberg. Because these two headlines are stupid. And I'm just happy to point them out. The first is another one out of Bloomberg. That's a 3 for Bloomberg.
They're batting 1,000 today.
Here's the stupid short-sighted headline. Sorry, Zuckerberg, the metaverse won't replace Zoom. So, first of all, I love that the story's already over to this.
Yeah, it hasn't even launched. It hasn't even started. Yeah.
Second of all, you really think that Zoom is here to stay long term?
Does anybody like Zoom? I mean,
like Skype. You think that it's going to be here forever, right? Because Skype is still a leader, right, Matt?
Look, in Bloomberg's defense, though.
No, there's no defense here.
I'm not entering the Zuckerverse. I'm not entering it.
Fine, but you know what? You know that you're wrong. The metaverse will replace Zoom. It probably already has started. I mean, just stop it. And the second headline, which makes me laugh, is this. First of all, the headline starts with leadership expert.
I love a
leadership expert. I love a
vague expert. Yeah.
What the hell is a leadership expert? It means someone who was a leader once?
No, I think they're expert at leading.
Sure. A leadership expert says Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg is derailing in real time.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Derailing in real time. And you know who the leadership expert is? This is why I picked it. It's a former CEO, former Medtronic CEO, Bill George. He's the one telling us that Mark Zuckerberg is derailing in real time.
Mark.
Yeah, call me in 10 years, Bill George, and tell me how that prediction is going.
Mark, don't listen to anybody with two first names. I will say this, though.
Yes.
Zuckerberg did go on Joe Rogan at the end of last week. He did say some stuff about suppressing Hunter Biden laptop stories. Which he actually used as we did a better job at not suppressing it than Twitter did. That's what his contrast was. And now there are senators calling for information from Facebook about FBI conversations about the Hunter Biden laptop story. Now they're being investigated. And my guess is, we said this is pre-production, Sheryl Sandberg somewhere is giggling. Cheryl's like, Mark, this is what I did every single day. I saved your ass from this.
Yeah, except I hear what you're saying, but I think Mark understands the playbook now, which is that nothing's going to happen.
He does, yeah. I'm a little worried that is true,
and that no one understands. So who cares? And they already think that Zoom is going to beat him. So
they've already declared it. Zoom's won.
Zoom is won.
That's Damian Rollis, the lurking torchbearer for the day. I am a fake bookshelf analyst, Matt Moscardi. We are Free Float Media. Tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. We got our Friday show. We're going to do a week in review. Are we going to have the whole team here?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we're going to have a team meeting. Let's do it. All right, until then, goodbye.